Gary!
Hello.
Uh, seems like the old show. How we just had the graphic. Wait, let me change the screen capture.
Yeah,
Oh, there we are. Look at that.
live. This is the first live show we've had in, oh gosh, for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. I can't check because if I check, it messes everything up on the video side.
Okay.
So, yeah, so.
Amy Grex just liked it. Christopher Stanley's just liked it.
Oh,
Hopefully, people are watching.
excellent. Now, you were going to tell me about, when you were just in Korea, right?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go and spend 6 days over in South Korea. It was mostly work, but we were treated really, really well over there. Um, We flew over using Air France with a stopover in Paris. So we were over in Paris for about 4 hours,
Oh,
which is pretty cool. And yeah, once we got there, straight away we were picked up at the airport by a driver and with a translator, a lady who could translate, but she was also a government worker over there. And we were taken around down to a city called Gumi, which is the industrial center of Korea. So if anyone out there has got a Samsung Galaxy tablet or they've got an LG um, television or whatever, it was probably made in Gumi in Korea.
that's like my cell phone, a Note 10. 9, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So that would have been made there. I can kind of hear myself echoing. Is there a reason?
It might be this. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm going to shut off my phone. You won't be able to
Okay.
see me,
Cool.
but it should be
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, it isn't.
No?
No, I can still hear myself.
The old live problems. Uh,
Uh,
wait, let me see.
so, yeah,
Testing.
testing,
So
testing.
I'm just gonna mute myself every time I'm not talking, so it gets a little clearer.
Okay, cool. That's better, I think. Yeah, I can't hear myself anymore. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Um, I've never been to Asia before. It's the first for me. I was really looking forward to it. First thing you kind of notice when you get off the plane is how humid Korea is. Really warm. It was sort of cloudy, and there was a typhoon on the way. So the weather wasn't great, but it was still very warm. Um, and another thing I noticed about the place is that you feel very safe. It's quite a mountainous region, and there's a mountainous country. Sorry, and there's lots of little villages and towns sort of in and amongst the mountains. And Gumi is at the foot of a mountain called Gamasan. Um, so we walked around Gumi after we'd done our work related tasks, and you felt very, very safe. And like I said, it was very humid.
I saw you going down that gondola. What was that about?
Oh, that was going into the mountains. So that was Mount Gamasan. So we had a free day or free morning. So the guide, the driver, and the translator lady took us in a we I don't know what you call it, like a sky lift up to the up to the midpoint of the mountain, and then we walked about half an hour into further up the mountain to a Buddhist temple. And it's very sort of traditional Asian. You know, when you think of Japan and you think of Korea and China, you think of the buildings with like the is it the pagoda? I want to say pagoda roofs. You know, like and that was very much the way that was up there at the Buddhist temple. Um, the food
It
was
wasn't too far up from the. I noticed it wasn't too far up from the ground, right? It was fair.
yeah, I don't know how many thousand feet it was. It was fairly high. Um, I kind of regret we didn't have enough time to go right to the top of the mountain because right at the top, which apparently is like an hour and a half walk, there's a massive Buddhist temple up there, like a huge one. This one was like the midpoint one or whatever. So I kind of regret not having the time to go up there. We drank a lot of beer whilst we were out there. The beer is called Haiti, or another one was Cass. It's quite weak by British standards. I'd compare it to maybe like Budweiser or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Maybe Bud,
say American beers are kind of weak. Also,
yeah, maybe Bud Light. But what they tend to do culturally is they've got a like a sweet potato vodka called oh, what's it called? Anyway, the sweet potato vodka. They pour a little bit of that in, and then they top it up with the beer, and that kind of strengthens things out a little bit. Um, so we ate quite a lot of food whilst we were out there, and some of it was really nice, and some of it was not so nice. One of the meals that we had, well, one of the meals I had rather whilst I was out there was apparently it's a great honour to be presented with this, but it's like a sushi, but it's like got fish on the outside, then it's got pork on the inside, and right through the middle there is putrefied stingray. So this is stingray that's been buried in the ground and then dug out again.
oh
And
my
it,
god.
apparently it's like a great honour to present it to your guests. This thing, and what it tasted like. Well, the only thing I could describe it as. So I was the only person who ate it, including the Koreans. I was the only person who ate it at the
Oh
table.
wow.
It kind of reminded me of really pungent blue cheese.
Oh
But
okay.
if you had like a really strong, like when it stings your nostrils,
Yeah.
like a really strong blue cheese, um, that had gristle in it. It sort of had it was, you chew in, and it sort of had a bit of a. It was horrible.
Oh no, that doesn't sound great.
But believe it or not, that wasn't the worst thing I ate on the whilst I was there. The worst thing I probably ate was chicken feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, my boss ordered some food for the table, and he thought he'd ordered some sweet and sour chicken, and it turned out it was sweet and sour chicken feet.
Oh no.
It was only when I took a bite out of it that I realised what it was, and that was horrible. That didn't taste nice at all. Um, so yeah, it was really cool. And once I was out there, I ran a half marathon as well.
Mm.
We finished in Gumi, and we got a lift down to a town called Gongju. Um, Gongju is absolutely beautiful. It's at night it lights up a little bit like Blade Runner. You know, you think of Blade Runner. In fact, if you go on when you edit the show or whatever, if you go onto my Facebook, Will, you'll see pictures in Gongju with the neon lights behind me and stuff. Um, it was when we arrived there. There was Typhoon Ling Ling. So the trees were sort of bending over with the wind, and the door kept blowing open and closed. And
Hmm.
yeah, it was pretty bad at first, and then it sort of calmed down. And luckily, the next day when we were due to run the half marathon, it passed completely, and it'd gone right up into North Korea, the typhoon. So it was well out of the way. Um, the half marathon was really difficult, as you could probably guess, because it was 99% humidity, and it was
99%.
yeah,
Holy
and
smokes.
it was very very hot as well. Luckily, there was cloud cover. Um, so the at first the UV index was 0, so I didn't need some lotion or anything whilst I was running. But um, yeah, I ran a half marathon, which is 16 miles, 20 something kilometers. Um, it was really difficult. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And not to help things, when I was about three-quarters of the way through and I was really thirsty, one of the water stations had run out of water. So it was like out in the paddy fields, there's like rice growing all around you and stuff, and it was like a road. And luckily, one of the locals who was a farmer brought out a little table with some iced water and some paper cups. And he sort of gestured, because obviously I can't speak Korean and he couldn't speak English, but he sort of gestured over, and it was the sweetest, nicest tasting water I've had in my life. It was absolutely beautiful because I was just so thirsty. But
Wow.
I managed to complete it. I did it in 2 hours and 45 minutes. I was the only Englishman to finish it, um, which is I'm kind of proud of that. And one of only 15 foreign people who ran it,
Mm.
out of which I came seventh. So, which I'm happy with. I'm not a fast runner, um, and I got this medal. Um,
Oh nice.
so not many people are going to have one of these. I think that's the shape of the town that on the back.
Wow.
Um, and I got a T-shirt as well, but their large is medium or small.
Oh wow. Yeah, I
so
can imagine.
I've got this T-shirt, and then when I squeeze into it, it just looks ridiculous. But I've kept it anyway because it's a beautiful T-shirt.
Yeah.
I've got pictures of that on my Facebook as well. But
I'll need to like get four of them and sew them together.
yeah, that's tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. And then we went after the marathon. I got lost because I kind of had my phone with the Google Maps on, but in Korea, it's the Google Maps is pretty much useless. It's you can't really tell where you are and stuff, and the landmarks just keep vanishing. So I finished the race, and I'd arranged to meet my colleagues at our hotel, and I sort of got completely lost. Went 3 miles in the wrong direction. Bear in mind, I've just run a half marathon. I'm limping. I'm sort of
Oh boy.
staggering along. So I walk 3 miles in the wrong direction, up to this tunnel that I'd just run through, and realised that the tunnel, which had been closed because of the marathon, you could walk through it, was now open again, and you couldn't walk through because there was traffic going through it. And I was like, oh my god! And then so I had to walk back, and I got lost again. But like I said before, Korea, it just feels so safe. No point are you frightened, or you worried about. Well, not in those particular places we went to, anyway. Are you ever kind of worried about being, in danger of anything?
Well, you were
Um,
there while they did a couple of missile tests from North Korea, right?
yeah, yeah.
You didn't see or hear anything like any reports, or you didn't see anything, right?
No, we did have a warning flash up on our phone whilst we were there. Um, it was all in Korean though, and for no reason, my iPhone started vibrating one morning, and it was and this, it just said warning, and there was something in Korean, and I was like, shit, sugar. I hope it's not something dangerous from North Korea.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but I have a Google Translate app, which has been kind of useful, as we were down there, particularly with taxi drivers, um, and so I used that on the screen grab, and it sort of reads the lettering for you and translates into English. And it turned out it was just something to do with this typhoon Ling Ling,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
it was just that, basically. Um, but yeah, it was a fantastic trip. Would I go back there again? Probably not with my family. I don't think it's suitable for for the wife and kids, really. I don't think the food would sit particularly well with them. And we're not fussy eaters.
They didn't have like any kind of, I guess you could say, Western or any type of food
there,
that's.
there were 7-Elevens everywhere. 7-Elevens in every city you went to. In fact, every city we went to 3 cities, and they all seemed to have the same kind of things.
Mhm.
They'd like be a 7-Eleven, there'd be a shop that did, sorry, a restaurant that did like seafood, and there'd be a restaurant that did this. They all had the same, a bit like British cities, I suppose, and American cities. You get the same stuff. But at no point did I see a McDonald's or a Burger King, or anything,
Yeah.
like that. Like ill.
Hmm.
But then again, we didn't go to Seoul. We went to
Ah, yeah, yeah,
Incheon, which is just next to Seoul.
yeah.
Um, but I imagine if you went to Seoul or Busan, one of these massive
The main,
cities,
yeah, one of those bigger
you'd
cities.
be okay. Um, so yeah, but what it has done, and what it has sort of, um, what it has informed me of, for want of a better phrase, is that it's not a bad place to go. You don't need to know the language to go there. I'd be quite happy arranging a vacation to Japan now, and not worry about the language barrier or traveling or anything like that, because you can find your way around.
Yeah,
It's just take your phone with the Translate app on it, and it helps you, sort of bridge any gaps that you kind of come to. Um, but I get the impression that Japan is um, more like Seoul or more like Busan, like bigger cities, more westernized, kind of things. But as a trip, man, it was amazing.
well,
But the
yeah,
mount,
what did you use? Like, what phones did you use? Like, you used your phone, well, your GSM, right? Was a GSM uses the chips?
I've got an iPhone, so what we did as soon as we landed at the airport, I'd already arranged for us to have Korean SIM cards.
Oh, okay.
So I swapped my SIM card, kept it safe, put in a Korean SIM card with unlimited calls, data,
Oh wow.
and a few other. And it was really cheap, man. It was like about $30 for 10 days.
You know, I heard that. I
Um,
heard that it's cheaper out there. That
yeah.
the data and everything.
Well, a pint of just to get your idea of sort of costs and stuff. A pint of beer over in Korea would be about $3.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it works out about £2.50. The currency is the won. It's called WON, the won, and this I think it's
You're talking about in a bar.
sorry.
You're talking about in a bar, right?
Yeah. If you go to a bar, yeah, it's
Two
yeah on
fifty.
yeah on draft.
You
Yeah,
you know how much it is in New York?
I imagine it's close to $10. Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, in England, a pint of beer in a pub can vary. There's two pubs near where I work. One of them there's a student pub, which is student pubs are traditionally cheaper. For a pint of Stella Artois at the student pub, it's about £3.50, which is about what $4.50, $5.
Mm,
Whereas if you just go up the road to another pub, you're looking $8 or $9 for a pint of Stella Artois.
wow.
So it's pretty cheap. But as I say, the beer over there, I mean, you could get Stella in certain places, but most of the time it was Cass or High Tea. And what another thing they do over there, which I think is similar to America because we don't do this in England, you walk into a bar over there and you order your drinks and you don't pay till the end. It's all like a tab, and straight away someone comes out with a bowl of like crisps, French fries,
Yeah,
or whatever, or a bowl of snacks,
to get you
and lays
thirsty.
it to get you thirsty basically, and lies you
Yeah,
down, and then you just order and order, and you pay at the end of the night. Whereas in England, you go in, you go up to the bar, you order your beer, and then you pay for your beer there and then,
yeah.
and then you take it
I
back
mean,
to the table, you drink.
you could do that in the states. You can pay for it like as you go, but
Yeah,
usually they'll ask you, do you want to open a tab, and just
yeah,
keep it open.
yeah. They sometimes do that over here, but as standard, you tend to just pay for your rounds as and when when you're going up to the bar. And over in Korea as well, what we really really enjoyed was the video darts. So they had like these dart boards,
Mm.
where, playing darts, and but they like had little games built into them, and one of them was like boxing. So yeah, there was three of us. There was me and two colleagues, and you sort of line up and you're throwing darts at this video darts board, and there's three pictures, like almost like Street Fighter, of like three fighters,
Yeah.
and each one's got three numbers next to his name, and if you hit that number on the board, you can basically punch him, and he's got a life meter.
Oh man.
So you sort of, you not only are you competing to hit numbers, you're competing to knock your friends out. Um, and then there's another one where if you hit a certain number, you get like first aid, and it ups your energy. So the video darts thing seemed to be very popular over there, and we played it in almost every bar we went to. And it was a hell of a lot of fun.
Is it almost like the Wii, like playing with like a controller or something, or?
No, you use real darts. Real.
Oh,
Like do you have darts over in the States?
yeah.
Um, but they've got like plastic tips, and there's like a board with like holes in it, and
Oh, okay.
and you kind of throw it, and
Oh, then it
yeah,
relays to the screen, like who?
yeah,
I see.
yeah, exactly,
Oh,
exactly, and that was a lot of fun. And one bar we went into, you literally walked in, and there was rows upon rows of these dartboards lined up, and you just feed your one in there, and pay for it. And next to it was a row of three or four massive fridges just filled with bottles of beer.
hmm.
And if you wanted a bottle of beer, you just literally grabbed it, sort of showed it to the guy on the landlord or whatever you wanted to call him, the fellow that was running the place,
Mm.
and he'd just sort of give you a thumbs up, and then he just add it to your tab. So it was like being at home almost. You just got up, went to the fridge, grabbed your
Yeah,
beer,
yeah.
carry on doing what you do. And something that kind of sunk in with me and resonated with me a little bit while I was over there. Have you ever played like Legend of Zelda on any Nintendo console?
Yeah.
And you go into a shop or a store in Zelda, and there's always like one little man or one little woman sort of sat there on her own, and they're surrounded by things that you go and pick up, and then you take to the counter and pay for it. That's what it was like in Korea. All these businesses tended to, even the 7-Elevens tended to be run by like one person. There's
Yeah.
like one person, and you basically did all the hands-on work, picking up the bottles of beer and doing all that thing, and you just show them to them, and they add them to the tab. and then you just pay them at the end, and it reminded me a lot of Zelda. I think it's like a cultural thing over there. You know, they most of the bars were run by this one person, just
Yeah.
one person.
Oh
You know,
wow.
behind the bar, and that was it. Yeah, it was their bar. They owned it. They looked after it. There's only one bar we went into called the Corona Bar, which apparently is a very famous expat sort of bar over there. It's basically designed for foreigners. Um, and the lady behind the bar had a girl that helped her every Friday, but besides that, she worked alone. Um, so it is. It did very. Whilst I was over there, I thought to myself, it does very much remind me of Legend of Zelda. You walk into a shop or a bar, and there's one person sat there, and you get your stuff and pay for it, and then you walk and go out again, and that's it. Whereas in the States and
Like a little
over,
village.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And whereas in the States and suppose over here as well, you go into a shop, there might be three people working there, So yeah, it's a really good experience, man. I would definitely recommend it. Not necessarily for a family, but I would recommend it. It's given me a lot of confidence to go to Asia again.
There we go. I got to build up my my energy levels for going to England one day.
Oh man,
I can make it to
if
Puerto
you,
Rico, but it's like three. It's like 3.5 hours, so it's not too bad.
as you know, we're getting married next month. We're traveling to Cyprus. Cyprus is 4 hours, which seems nothing when you've travelled 14 hours
Yeah,
to South
exactly.
Korea. When we went to Florida, that was 10 hours, I think, flight.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. Yeah, because then you gotta go down more. I
yeah,
guess what is New York about 7 hours?
7 or 8. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, it's not far. Um, but yeah, no, I kind of like to go to New York at some point. I'd like to visit the northern uh, North America as opposed to just like Florida. I've been to Mexico, I've been to Florida. I'd like to visit, New York and Maine and Boston and places like that.
Yeah, Maine is up a
That's
little farther. I'm above
yeah,
New York City, but
yeah,
it's yeah, it's not too far. I went to New Hampshire once. That was like 6 hour drive.
yeah.
It was actually twice I think I went. Beautiful, beautiful area, man. New Hampshire.
Hmm.
Um, did you get any writing done while you were in Korea?
A little bit, mostly in just note form on my phone. It is quite inspiring, to be fair, it was so nice and friendly. There's nothing to be creeped out about, but there's nothing horror related I could take out of it. But just culturally, it'd be quite interesting to write a story based out of there.
Mm.
Um, you could uh, I could kind of understand more now what it'd be like to sort of experience something out there. So I think I'd find it easy to write about it. I didn't see a lot of. Usually, when you go to these places, you see like snakes and lizards and things like that. When I went to Mexico, there was just loads of iguanas and things. And when Florida, you get the little lizards sort of running around and stuff. But didn't really see a lot of that over in Korea. What we did see, though, which could sort of inspire the horror, was spiders. Man, the spiders were huge.
Really?
Yeah, you could see the teeth on them.
What?
Some of the spiders were like that big. Just the body.
Wait,
Like big fat,
put it. What?
big
No.
fat things. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
at one point, we walked across when we were in Gongju, just about to do the marathon. We sort of decided to go into the part of the town where the marathon was starting,
Yeah.
just to sort of scope it out, just to see where we would be walking the next morning. And we crossed this bridge, and in one of the sort of struts of the bridge was this massive, massive spider web. And sat in the middle of it was this spider, man. You could see the hairs on it. It was that big. And you could see its fangs,
Was it
just
tarantula?
not quite tarantula size, but it wasn't far off. It was more like fat, real fat body on it. Like little legs.
Oh
And
god.
they also had those spiders that I've told you about before, and you might probably get them in New York as well. The big long ones with the tiger stripes on them. Like and they like
Well, we get
sort
the
of
yeah we get the yellow. It's like yellow. I saw a
yeah.
few of them in the backyard, and let me tell you,
Hmm.
I was walking home. I was coming in through the backyard, and this
Yeah.
thing made a web throughout the whole backyard. So once I saw it standing there, I was like, "Whoa!" And I just backed around and went to the front of the house. But they take the webs down by the morning. They take them down. But
Yeah,
no, I can't. Uh, Leo says, Hiya, gents. Hope all is well. Nice work on the run, Gary.
Thank
Just
you.
saw
Thank
It
you.
2 today.
Oh
Highly
wow.
recommend. Now off to watch more scary films. See ya. So he watched It 2. That's another one I want to see. So we just did the episode on what's
Child's
that?
Play.
Yeah, and so that episode should be up by Friday. But
Hmm.
I liked it. I mean, I know you said you didn't like it. You didn't like it too much. But
Which film? Child's Play.
Child's Play, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I believe it too is very good. I've heard nothing but good reviews from it.
yeah,
The second, I believe it's 3 hours long. The
three
second one,
hours.
it's a long old film, but I've heard very good things about it.
You know, the funny thing is I didn't like, from memory, I didn't like the first It movie,
Hmm.
and then I went and I watched it, and I liked it better than the remake. I forgot how good it was, and I was like, okay, it's more
Yeah,
accurate. It's definitely more
yeah,
accurate.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we'll have to definitely do a review on that. But what was the one we just said? Did you watch? You haven't watched Jacob's Ladder, the reboot, right? The remake.
I saw the reviews for it. IMDb give it a 3 out of 10, which is pretty bad.
Yeah,
it indicates. So I didn't bother.
yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I liked it, but it was definitely nowhere as trippy and as horrific as the first one. The first one had a feel about it. It wasn't like in your face, horror, but it was definitely, it had a feel to it that you just, you felt like something was bad was going on, and you felt like you were in a dreamscape sort of. But this one was, it had its moments where it tried to
Hmm.
do that, and I hate when these movies try to give you what's that, like a piece that goes back to the old movie, like a throwback, or
Yeah.
a shout out. I hate when they do that. They didn't do that in Child's Play, and that's
No.
what I liked about that whole
No.
thing.
Um. Jacob's Ladder is one of my first DVD purchases. I think it's a really good film. I think it's quite original. Like I said, very very trippy.
Yeah,
Um. I saw the 3 out of 10 review for the new one though. I was like, nope, I'm gonna give that a miss.
yeah, yeah,
I'll leave that one.
yeah. It's not really. I mean, there was a few things in that you were like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. But
Mm,
other than that, it was. Hey, is that a bug behind you on the wall?
don't say that, man.
Down a little bit. Oh no, I guess not. Okay. Oh, it's just a piece of the wall. Because usually I know the little cracks in the wall back there, but or like the little
Yeah,
dots.
yeah, yeah.
I'm seeing all these spiders, man. It's just terrible. I
Talking
can't
about yeah,
I can't wait
yeah.
till it gets cooler.
Oh yeah, man. Ooh.
Yeah, this freaking attic is so hot.
Oh yeah, of course you're up in the attic, aren't you?
It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. I have the air conditioner off this time, so it's not making any noise in the background. But once in a while, I turn the fan on. It's pretty
Yeah.
humid.
Is that like your man cave, the attic?
Yeah, I mean, I never get to be up here. To be honest
Yeah,
with you, when the only time I really get to come up here is when we're doing the show.
yeah,
So I gotta start because it's good to write up here because you got silence and everything and stuff. But in the winter it gets better with the coolness and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
With the fan on, it's
It's
fine. Like I just need something. I need air blowing. I need a airflow.
yeah. No, I don't blame you. I mean, it's already starting to get cold here in England. It's
Yeah.
the nights are definitely closing in. It's you're waking up in darkness now again in the morning.
Well, we
Uh,
don't have to use the air conditioner really
yeah,
because it's getting cooler and the nights are cooler and it is
yeah,
getting cooler. I already got some pumpkins.
nice.
Yeah.
Making some pumpkin pie.
No, I don't make it from scratch. If I had time, I would try that.
Yeah.
You got to get a
You need
certain
to
pumpkin too.
you need to make some pumpkin pie, Will, and you need to send me a slice in the post.
Do I got to do that pumpkin? Remember that thing I did when I put a
Yeah,
masterpiece theater to the background?
yeah, yeah. I think so. I think you need to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I
We
mean,
we do it. We do it every year. The pumpkin pie thing. Even though you don't really, it's really hard to get hold of the filling.
you make the
Um,
scratch. You make it from scratch, or you use the can.
I use a can,
Yeah, that's what I do too.
but the can's hard to get hold of. You can't get them in every supermarket.
Hmm.
So
That's
yeah,
true.
but
Yeah, no, that's true because I usually get it from Costco or Whole Foods. So it's
and they start doing pumpkin spice latte at the Starbucks as well.
cold brew.
Oh, they're doing it cold brew.
Yeah, They got. I haven't
Oh,
tried it yet, but they have a pumpkin spice cold brew. I wish I had the nitro cold brew pumpkin spice. That would be nice.
that would be nice. When we're over in Korea, actually, they went to a Dunkin' Donuts there, and the donuts were amazing, man. They did this
Really?
one called strawberry cheesecake love heart one.
Wow.
And it was like 90% filling. You had this donut and
Wow.
just
That's
obviously ate
crazy.
it, and it was like cheesecake on the inside.
Yeah.
Someone stuffed it with like cheesecake filling, and it had like a love heart on it, and we had that. And you just reminded me mentioning the cold coffee over there. Almost every coffee in every coffee shop, you have the cold and the standard option. Because it's so warm and it's
Oh
humid.
yeah, I can imagine. Jeez.
So I had a caramelized latte over there, and I also had the green tea matcha
Yeah.
cold one with the icing. Um, oh, it's so good, so good.
Did you
Yeah,
did you now I'm gonna this is part joke, part serious.
go on.
Did they have a squid donut?
Did they have squid donut? No.
Okay. Well, I mean,
It-
because they might.
yeah, a lot of the stuff over there, when you're particularly when you went into some of the local restaurants, um, you had to be really careful what you ordered because you weren't sure what was coming. Like I was saying, my boss
Oh, I see.
ordered
Yeah.
the chicken feet. You have to. You're not entirely sure what you're going to get till it comes. When we're in Gongju after the half marathon, walking through the city, there was a restaurant with like live fish outside, in tanks.
Yeah.
But the tanks are just sort of piled higgledy-piggledy on top of one another. And the fish like angel fish and little sharks, and it's not like a standard
Jesus.
restaurant where you pick your lobster. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
like these are fish.
It's
You know
get
what I mean?
intricate.
And
Yeah, you get intricate.
yeah, and so it's like that was you had to be a little bit careful with that. But you can get a suit over there for like $25. If you wanted to buy yourself a suit.
Wait, you said soup? Soup or suit?
Suit,
Oh,
as in
oh,
like
oh
like a
wow.
suit, what you'd wear. Yeah,
$25.
yeah.
What you talking about English dollar? Like you
No, American. Yeah, 25
25.
American. Yeah. So that's a jacket, waistcoat, trousers.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, there's some places over there that are bespoke ones as well. You pay a little more for that, but it's still really cheap.
Yeah.
For about $75, you can get a bespoke suit done over there. We
Jeez.
just did. We just didn't. We passed one place that sold the suits at one of the rest stops, but they did the bespoke thing. But I had sort of researched on the internet before we went over there, and there were places that did. These bespoke suits for really cheap. Mostly in Seoul, that sort of around the outskirts of there. But that's one of the things that they do.
Did you go to Seoul?
No, we wanted to. We didn't realize how far Seoul was away from Seoul Airport. Seoul Airport's like, I mean, there's Manchester Airport, and where you're in England, and Manchester is about 5 miles away. The actual city. Um, Seoul is about 50 miles away from Seoul Airport. So it's like nowhere near. There's a town in between the airport and Seoul called Incheon, and we ended up going to Incheon and spending an evening there, having a few beers and stuff. Um, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I kind of regret not going to Seoul. That was one of the places I wanted to see. That is real Blade Runner territory,
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that'd have been pretty cool.
Yeah. So if anybody noticed too that the shows are coming a little bit less frequent, it's because we don't want to dilute, okay? And plus, um, it's killing me having to edit the, so I do it on the way to the job. I do it on the way back. Sometimes I'm like falling asleep on the train as I'm trying to edit out all the ums and the likes and all that crap. And
Leave all the ums in. The ums are the good bits.
yeah, well, there was one episode. Remember, I put that one joke thing in where I put all the ums and likes from the whole show
Yeah,
from one
yeah,
episode. But
yeah.
yeah, it's a big process editing it through. So one a week. This will be another one. The live maybe two a week. So once in a while, we'll see.
Mm.
See if things pick up, and then I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'll edit some more videos. But it does take a lot of time, and I noticed that when I am not editing or we take a break, I get writing done and I get my
Yeah.
stories out. So I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. So I
That's
gotta
I mean, 3 times a week. People probably miss the odd episode, and
yeah,
I know sometimes I struggle to catch up with our own episodes. The week flies by, and you're like, oh my goodness, I've not actually watched any of my own podcast.
yeah,
I mean, I hate the sound of my own voice anyway, but um, but I
they.
always tend to watch it and just see how it looks,
I
because
was
you
gonna
don't
say
realize.
you wouldn't be able to edit the show then because
Yeah,
I gotta.
yeah,
So when I'm editing, literally, I'm hearing us, and
yeah,
then you say something, I have to
yeah.
cut it, go back.
Mhm.
It
Oh
wasn't
God,
too perfect. Cut it, go back. Cut it, go back.
yeah.
So I'm hearing us say the same thing like 5 times before I move to the next sentence.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
it's it get a little. I get a little intricate with it, but
yeah. But twice a week should be plenty for the shows. Just maybe do them slightly longer when we record them.
I think
Just
long.
a
I
little
think
bit
shorter's better.
shorter.
Going by what people on YouTube like, and I think
Hmm.
also people like to watch it all at the end of the week. So if you all your content is going to probably be viewed at the end of the week, or I think Wednesday was one of the more popular. Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
There's some shows that I watch at night. I just listen to as I'm eating
Hmm.
dinner or something, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I catch up on the weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, you can't see. Sorry, I was pretending I was holding my Pac-Man picture up. This is my
Oh
Pac.
yeah, I can't see you, so.
This is my. That's a Pac-Man picture from when I was a kid,
Wow.
and I still have it.
That's the one that was on the wall in the background at one
Yeah,
point. Yeah, yeah. So
and the room still isn't clean. So,
you need to do it. You need
well,
to
it's
sort
not.
it out.
I mean, it's not dirty. It's just. I mean, here, let me show you guys. It's just like drum sets and TVs and old AV stuff,
Hmm.
um, like another TV sort of thing, and
Hmm.
paperwork. And it's not like dirty. It's just disheveled. Let's say.
Hmm.
It's
Let me ask you something, William.
sure.
Are you married?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Where did you get married?
we actually got married at City Hall in Queens.
Oh, cool,
Yeah,
cool. And how long
because
ago was that?
about what 12 years, 13 years.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
but I mean, wait, no. I'm thinking of when we got together. It might be like 5 or 6.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get killed now. Thanks, Gary. Thanks. But
Watching it live.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's similar to what you're doing almost, right? Because you're having a ceremony, but you're not having a big, huge thing. You're not going into debt. So
Yes,
that's a big
exactly.
thing. Is the debt is the big thing. So it's like,
Hmm.
do you want to have a house? Do you want to have a car? Or do
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
to go into debt? So, and I've
yeah.
seen some people's weddings cost like 50,000.
It's ridiculous. It's people spend so much on them. We've not spent that much, nowhere near. And we've got a vacation for 2 weeks thrown into the bargain as well.
Yeah,
For less than most people pay for a local wedding, at their local church or the local town city hall or the local town hall.
exactly.
Um, so I was just kind of interested because I couldn't remember whether or not you were married. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So the ladies, I'm so sorry, but as of this
Gary's
one month,
taken. Gary's not going to be.
one month today, I'm definitely off the market.
He
So
was pulling Gene Simmons up until now.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? So all I can say is I'm sorry, unlucky. Maybe next life.
Jeez. Uh oh. Oh no, my wife just. Wow, just wow.
Is
Thanks,
that your?
Gary. Thanks. Not going to hear
I'm
this.
sorry.
Not going to
I'm
hear the end of it
sorry.
for the rest of the night.
Your wife's watching the show.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I get. Yeah.
Right. So how long were you married?
I answered that already.
Oh dear. So it was a small ceremony then.
Yeah, it was just small. And then we went to a place with her parents afterwards in
Hmm.
Queens that they like to go to. It was nice. I'm not a person that's into big things anyway.
Yeah.
You just do what you got to do, and then later on you can enjoy things in life that other people are. I
Hmm.
guess I saw
I
someone who
think,
had a wedding, and they would like posting pictures every single year on Facebook, trying to
yeah,
relive it. Get the money out of it.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a little bit to do financially and a little bit just to do with personality as well.
Mm,
Um, you know, um, I'm not particularly precious about things like that, and my other half, she's not
that's
a
the thing. Yeah,
princess.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Sometimes you get the girls that they want the whole thing, and don't get me wrong. If you have the money and you have the time, fine. But
yeah,
even if you have the money, you can save
hmm,
that money and still do something else with it.
yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
I hate to sound
So
like that, but
no, it's true. It's true. We've been together 17 years. This is our 18th year together. Um, so it's a long time. Our eldest child's 9 years old, and we've been engaged for probably about 12 years. you
wow.
know, um, so it was more of a sort of rather than an engagement, sort of an on your knee sort of proposal. It was more of a sort of an
Sh-
eternity type thing. Just
shotgun wedding.
go,
That's what they
go,
call them.
shotgun wedding. Yeah, yeah, more or less, yeah. So it was one of those things that you either uh,
But you froze,
um, just carry on the way we were without getting married, or we bit the. I froze.
and now you need
Hello.
to. Not, okay, there you go.
Okay, I was gonna say it was one of those things where it's like you bite the bullet, you had to,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's mostly sort of pushed through by Lisa really more than me.
Hmm.
She's sort of been the one sort of the driving force behind it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Um, but it's literally just going to be me, Lisa, and the kids, and that's it. No one else, just us. The ceremony, and then 2 weeks in nice hot weather. So that'll be good.
Yes. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Hmm.
The
So
family, not the hot. I mean, the hot weather's nice. Weather's nice, but
hmm, yeah. And you're going to be planning your own funeral now.
Yeah. I think it's already planned. I think dinner's gonna be poisoned tonight, and then I'm.
I think you're going to be wearing dinner tonight.
You won't hear from me again.
I don't know, Will. You'd never catch me forgetting how long I've been with her.
No, I know how long I've been. I know how long I've been together with her, but it's since
Yeah.
2004. But what I'm saying is, I don't. I think the actual wedding was I think 5 or 6 years ago.
Just digging a hole, digging a
Yeah, I
hole.
know.
You should know the exact date and the exact year.
It's on my phone.
Brilliant, unbelievable. I don't know if it's any sort of consolation. I'm with your wife on this one.
Oh, thanks.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oi, oi. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go in a minute.
Yeah, me too. I gotta.
It's been lovely, but I'm gonna have to go.
It has been lovely,
Lovely.
lovely,
So,
and I don't
lovely.
think I'm gonna edit this because there's nothing to edit. I'm just gonna put it up the way it is.
Nothing you should. Yeah. Just take out the whole marriage bit, and
Yeah.
then
Well, it's too late. I mean, she already seen it, so just two people looking, watching. One's my wife, so you know.
oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
Gary, it's been
yes,
real, and
has been real.
let me see if I can know how to do this because now I just edit the beginning and the middle. This is the old intro and old ending, so uh it's not like the new one. Yeah, you see half finisher. Jeez, Gary, you don't know what kind of paint that is. That's gonna be me tonight after I eat dinner.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well,
All right.
see you next time. Don't tell anyone. Oh, and yeah, watch Child's Play. It wasn't half bad.